Welcome to part one of Beyond Words, Active Listening Skills for the Court Reporting Profession. In today's session, we are going to review two aspects of active listening. That is maintaining eye contact and using body language. Hello, my name is Teri Gibson. I'm a professional court reporter and Eclipse trainer. I am also the founder of Gibson Skill Development and Training Center. We will be talking about active listening skills for the court reporting profession. And today is January 1 in the evening on the East Coast of the United States of America. Today I'm going to talk about two aspects of active listening skills that court reporters use in their work. Now, in the beginning of my training, they didn't really say to us, use your active listening skills as we were practicing our stenography skills in school. But from the very beginning, from day one, we were using active listening skills and we didn't even know it. And so now there's all this talk about active listening skills. And so I want to focus and bring it in, talking about active listening skills, how they work as far as when we're working as court reporters. So one thing, there are two things we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about maintaining eye contact, number one. And the second thing we're going to talk about is using body language. Now, as a court reporter, our job is to capture the spoken word of a witness or legal proceedings. And we use, myself, I am a stenographer, so I use my computer and I use my steno machine to help me capture the spoken word. Now, when I'm in the courtroom setting, the clerk calls the witness to the witness stand. The witness is sworn in, usually by the clerk or judge may swear in the witness. And then the witness sits into the witness stand. The court reporter sits somewhere near the witness. There were times when I sat right next to the booth of the witness stand. Right there within a foot. Sometimes I'm sitting 6 feet away. The important thing is that I have access to being able to see the face of the witness. And the witness can see me. Okay? So when the witness is approaching the clerk, I try to get attention, have some type of eye contact as they're approaching the witness stand, and I try to have a demeanor of calmness and a listener, because that is what I'm going to be doing, listening and capturing their testimony as they speak. Also, I have my equipment. Of course, they see me with my steno machine. They see me with my computer. And as I am working, I am actually capturing the spoken word in real time. Actually, it's real time. Okay? So as the witness comes to the witness stand and has a seat, I'm right there looking at the witness. Now, I want to talk about something when I first began working as a court reporter with the skill of stenography. I was always focusing on their mouth, on their lips, because my goal, my aim, my focus was to capture every word that would come out of their mouth. As it came out, I was right there capturing the spoken word. But through time, as time went on and I began to become more professional at what I do, I began to look at their whole person, right? Their body language, their face, their features. And so I wasn't so honing in on their lips. And also I noticed that sometimes when I would just look at them straight in their mouth like that continuously, people were getting a little uncomfortable. So having a reporter just focus on just the lips, it can be very intense for a witness who is very nervous from they're nervous. They're there trying to give testimony. They're nervous. They're uncomfortable. They have to answer questions. And so then here's this woman staring them down, so to speak. So through time, I guess you can say, just from the reaction of people through time, I realized that just looking at their mouths wasn't a good thing. That you really should look at the whole person, and maybe if you're looking at them, look at their face and their features, look at their eye. There's this thing called the triangle look, right? Look at their left eye, look at their right eye, look at their chin, look at their lips briefly. And sometimes look down at your steno machine, look at your computer, right? Break away from looking at the witness. And we know with experience as a court reporter capturing the spoken word, we are listening. And there are times when we can look away, and we're still writing, we're listening, we're writing, and then we can break away from looking at the witness. Okay. The other thing is we're going to end with is using body language. Now, when a witness is speaking, sometimes depending on the witness, sometimes you have a witness that has very soft spoken. They're very soft spoken, and so sometimes I found myself reading lips. And so yes, I'm looking at lips, but also I'm looking at their body language. I'm looking at their hands. I'm looking at their cheeks, how they're forming words, because sometimes that can help me know what the next word is by how they are speaking. Even looking at their teeth, you're looking at their teeth, the movement of the mouth. You're looking at their head, if they're shaking yes or no. That can give you an indication of what is to come. So looking at body language, the movement of the bodies, the hands. When someone says, well, it was this big, they go this big, or it was over there. Sometimes these body languages can help you capture the spoken word more accurately, actually. It's very helpful when we're watching. So just watching the lips is that's just one aspect of active listening. And as we're capturing the spoken word, again, we're listening, we're hearing, we're using our hands on our steno machine. And as we're writing, that is the active, the active part of a reporter is when she's using her hands, right, on the machine, capturing the spoken word and transferring that information onto the machine, which then goes into our computers, because we have specialized software that translates what we're writing on the steno machine into actual text, into a document that basically is a draft transcript that we edit later. So as you can see, focus, eye contact is important. I don't so much look at the eyes all the time. I do look in the witness face and look at their eyes as a way of communicating with the witness that I'm listening, right? I'm listening, I'm here, and I'm capturing the words that you're saying. So as a reporter, we're looking at the eyes of the witness, we're getting that eye contact, we're looking at the mouth to get to capture the spoken words, and we're looking at the features, we're looking at the movements of the hands, it's over there, it was this big. We're doing all these things to help us capture the spoken word. Active listening. So sometimes it can be a little stressful. And there are times that there's some other things we're going to talk about. I don't want to bring into this conversation, but being an active listener has many aspects to it. And I hope that you will join us this year in 2025 talking about the active listening skills for the court reporting profession, giving you different aspects of it and how it the skills that we use as court reporters. We're going to talk about some other things about court reporting also, but hang in there with us as we talk about this active listening. And we would love to hear comments from you. What do you think about this? Have you used this skill? Are you a court reporter and use this skill? Um, all right, so for our journal writers, those of you who like to keep journals, I have 3 questions for you to put into your journal and think about when it comes to active listening as a court reporter. So the first question is, how does it make you feel when someone maintains eye contact with you? So the next time you're in a conversation with someone and you're, actually trying to do that, use that skill of eye contact. How does it make you feel when you're talking with someone, you're keeping eye contact, and they're keeping eye contact with you? Does it make you feel nervous? Do you feel like you're being heard? How do you feel? That's one question. Number 2, do you find yourself feeling uncomfortable maintaining eye contact? Now, I have to say, the beginning of my profession as a court reporter, it was kind of uncomfortable having to, look in the witness face, looking at their lips, looking at their eyes. It was a little uncomfortable for me, but through time, I got more comfortable with it. Time, experience, it helps, right? And number 3, how does your eye contact or lack thereof impact your ability to capture accurate testimony? So as a court reporter, think about those 3 things. How do you feel, right? How do you feel when someone maintains contact with you? Do you find yourself feeling uncomfortable maintaining eye contact? See, these are things we have to work on, right? And how does your eye contact or lack thereof impact your ability to capture accurate testimony? I have to tell you guys, when I am writing real time, capturing the spoken word, there are times when the testimony is going so fast that I have to keep contact with those lips. I have to look at them in their mouth, really, because they are going so fast and I'm just trying to keep up. So it can get intense in that manner right there, but you're trying to get an accurate record. So in that moment, you have to keep your eyes on those lips. And you know what I'm doing? I'm looking at their lips. I'm looking at their teeth. I'm looking at their tongue even, because I am just trying to get just like, what is the next word? Trying to get ahead. So it's a skill. Let me tell you, it's a skill. Active listening is a skill. It is a skill that we learn how to use, and we know when to look away, right? When the testimony is slow, it's at a slow pace, it's at a moderate pace. We don't have to be so intense on looking at that witness so intently in an expanded time. That's the time when you can look away, look at your machine, look at what you're writing on your machine, look at your computer. And I can say that, as a reporter, when I'm looking at my center machine, sometimes it helps me to write more accurately, because I am seeing the errors that I'm making, and I can make a correction as I am writing real time. And there are times I even write notes to myself as I'm writing on the center machine, so that when I go back to edit, I can see what the error was that I made. So I want to talk about... I did talk about this triangle technique. So that's a tip for you. 2 tips. The 1 tip we already talked about. Looking at from left to right, looking at the person's face. Left, right or left to the chin. That triangle on the face, and then not be so direct on the looking at a person in the eye. But as stenographers and anyone who's has that job of capturing the spoken word, we are very interested in looking at those lips. I'm telling you, at that mouth moving. Okay, but we don't want to be so focused, right, and so intense that that's all we look at. And that's what I did at the beginning of my profession, actually. I was just so focused on those lips. But we have to stop that. We have to pause, look at the flow of the testimony. When it slows down, when it's moderate, we want to look down, look around, even look around in the courtroom, even look up at the judge, look at the clerk, even have eye contact with the judge and the clerk, nodding or some type of contact is good too. Looking at the lawyers as they're talking, Don't just not focusing just on the witness, right? Because you have the attorneys who are asking questions. You have the judge who's making rulings on objections, and you have the clerk who's there reading out the exhibits or whatever moments that they have to speak up in the courtroom. So it's not always that we always in the courtroom setting are just focused on the witness. It's whoever is speaking, right? It's whoever is speaking in that moment. It's very important to take what's called micro breaks. So that's where you give yourself a brief natural break by nodding or momentarily looking down at your notes. Now I did talk about looking down at your computer, looking down at your still machine, but give yourself those breaks because they come naturally in the flow of the proceedings. There are times when the lawyers are looking at a document before you ask the question. That's like a little mini micro break. Breathe. Inhale, exhale for a moment. Give yourself a break, right? It's a natural break. Give yourself a break. Don't look at the witness. Breathe in, breathe out, relax, because it's only going to last for a couple seconds. Trust me. All right, and all these things are helpful as we work as court reporters. All right, so I think I've covered everything I wanted to say tonight on this topic today for our active listening skills for the court reporting profession. Court reporters, court reporting professionals, those of you who want to become court reporters, let me know. What do you think about this topic? And share your experience. We'd love to hear back about what you think about the video, the content. Do you have questions? Would love to hear and would love to respond to your questions. All right, so that's it for today. I do want to remind you that take a moment to hit that subscription bell and turn on the notification bell so that whenever there's new content, you will be notified. My goal is to present for 30 days straight because I do want to get my numbers up in my channel. I do want to grow my channel and would really appreciate if you would join us on this journey of active listening skills for the court reporting profession. All right, would love to talk to you, respond, and I'll see you in the next video.